Building a business empire, well, it takes a lot of hard work. That is no surprise to anyone. But our next guest knows a thing or two about that. She is behind the very well-known names of Good American, Skims, and Safely, and has really helped Khloe Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, and Kris Jenner really grow their businesses into very lucrative, even more lucrative empires. So I want to bring in now our next guest, a serial entrepreneur, Emma Grede. Emma, thank you so much for taking the time. It's great to see you.
Thank you so much.
So there's so much to get into with you here. And here we are at Chase's Make Your Move Summit, where they're really putting a spotlight on small businesses. I want to start with what we're seeing more broadly. When we talk about a weakening, potentially weakening economy, consumers beginning to be a little bit more discerning in terms of what they're spending on. What is it like leading a retail business today?
Well, it's certainly an interesting environment to be running any type of business in. But I guess I'm really lucky with Good American and with Skims and indeed Safely, because we're essentially in the commodity business. We're selling products that people use all the time. And so when you think about where consumers are happy to spend, like if they buy a pair of jeans and they know that's going to last them the next 5-10 years, they're happy to do that. We're always replenishing our underwear, and we really want people to feel like these are companies that they can come to time and time again to buy things that will last and they'll wear forever. And so we're seeing pretty healthy businesses there.
Yeah, it was interesting in a conversation with JP Morgan CEO and Chairman Jamie Dimon last night. My colleague Brian Sazzi asked him about the consumer, and he said that overall you could say that the consumer is in good shape. Is that consistent with what your view is right now?
Absolutely. That's certainly what we're seeing in our business. You know, I'm very lucky that I'm in hyper growth businesses, but you know, they're all relatively new. So you're definitely seeing that, you know, I guess trends are a little suppressed from where they were last year. Goodness knows what our business would be like if we were in a more positive economy right now. But you know, like I said, we're lucky. We're still seeing growth in those businesses, and for the most part, really healthy.
So you're the CEO of Good American. You launched it alongside Khloe Kardashian. You guys did $1 million worth of sales on the first day. When you talk about revolutionizing the denim industry, which I know you guys say, it's still though $1 million in sales on day one. How did you do it?
You know, badly, I would say. Honestly, it's so interesting because if we had set up that business to do $1 million on day one, you know, that would have been one thing. It took us all by surprise. I think at the end of the day, what was so wonderful was that the mission and our purpose really chimed with customers. When you think about the fashion landscape and how so many women, especially in that plus size community, are really left out of the fashion conversation, what happened with Good American is that we came into a market and we said, forget the rules, we're going to do things on our terms, and we're going to create clothing for all women, regardless of their size. And of course, you know, there's such limited options around clothing for women of a certain size that we were just filling an obvious gap, an obvious white space. And so when I look at the growth of that business, it's been tremendous, but we're also operating in a way that no other fashion brands do. And we've completely redefined the way women are able to shop, how they're able to look at clothes online. If you go back 6 or 7 years ago, no one was shooting product on plus or even curvy women. And so, you know, Good American did what it came to do. We quite literally revolutionized the denim space.
And speaking about inclusivity, I know Skims really prides itself on that as well. The brand here with Kim Kardashian valued at just around $4 billion, I believe is the last valuation. When you talk about the fact that this brand has been so successful, obviously the association with Kim Kardashian helps, but what is the key to making a brand go viral, or the key to that success in this social media age?
Well, you know, you think about popular culture, there is no one better than the Kardashian family to really connect with popular culture. But when you break that down, what does it mean? It's an understanding of women, of consumers, and what they might want to buy. But what we've done supremely well across all the brands, Skims, Good American, and Safely, is create super desirable product that people want to buy time and time again. And you're only as good as your product. And so, you know, you might be driven to buy the product because you've seen Kim or Khloe or Kris, but it's got to be really great product for you to come back and buy time and time again. And so what we do is innovate. We're taking categories that really need innovation, doing things on our own terms, doing them differently, and delivering the customers a superior product in any category. And I think that's the only way you can build a business.
So Emma, for our audience out there right now, you're extremely busy, obviously, with your association with Good American, with Skims, Skims is safely, that's not even scratching the surface. You're also a mom of 4. And I know you're having a lot of conversations with small business owners here today. And I'm sure some of them, many of them are mothers, fathers, trying to balance the work-life balance here, trying to find that balance. What is your advice to
Forget
them?
the balance. There's no such thing. I feel like I say this all the time, but it's a trade-off, right? And I think for anybody that is starting their own business, you have to get very, very comfortable with the fact that it's a trade-off. There are no easy days. When you run your own business, the buck stops with you. And so this idea that, you go home, light a candle, have a lovely bath, and you balance your life seamlessly, I mean, I certainly haven't got there. You have to make sacrifices. That's what great entrepreneurs do. And sometimes you have to sacrifice things that you might really want to do, like taking your kids to school every morning. That's not my reality. But I think, I look at my children and think that they're learning something from me, which is to take pride in their ambition and to fulfill their own dreams and their own needs. And that actually serves a value to you, your family, your kids in a different type of way.
Emma, you're also very passionate about investing in startups. When you're looking to identify that small business that you want to be a part of or that next business that you see up and coming, what are some of the characteristics or themes that you look for?
So I'm really founder focused. I think when you're someone like me and talk about the opportunities and the gaps that there are for females to get funding, but also for, black founders, founders of color, I'm really, really focused on filling those gaps. What I'm looking for is a founder that's super passionate about what they do, but somebody that's solving a problem, that's filling a white space. And it's not at all for me about experience, because I look for people that are approaching things differently. And I love that about some of the small businesses that I'm talking to at the moment, because they are just going for it in a way that is untraditional. And actually that's what's giving them the edge. So I'm just looking for people that are doing things on their own terms, with passion, with purpose. None of us need more stuff. So it's really got to be about finding and doing something that somebody feels really, really great about and doing it in a brand new way.
Emma Grede, serial entrepreneur, also CEO of Good American. Emma, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.